Morning folks, hopefully everyone's keeping well. I've got a few videos to catch up on. I've only really had a chance, well I say had a chance, I could have made more time, but I've watched some of Leon's videos and Von Ketteringham's Lion Rampant Retinue as well. Thought they were really good. I think Leon's working on, I want to say, Austrian Jaegers or something like that, so I've been watching a few things like that. But one problem I've got with my YouTube feed is it's all filled up with other things I've picked up on. Like in the last 2 years I've got into chess a little bit, so I had subscription to chess channels and things like that, and then I was into my PC gaming things as well. It all fills up your YouTube boxes, so you're having to flick through sometimes, but you don't, at one point all I had was just hobby videos, and I pretty much religiously watch everything. But yeah, I definitely need to go back through some of the hobby channels and do some catching up. And well, over Easter I have time for that. And to that end, I have painted up some of the figures I've wanted to do for a really long while. Actually, I've done some of these before. I did some of them for Martin back when I was in the Cardiff War Games Club. Did the Confederates, and we did some Union and things like that, because he had the Battle in a Box set. Well, this isn't from the Battle in a Box, this is just a box of Rebs that I picked up, and I have Zouaves and Union infantry to do. But as always, the problem is maybe being tempted back into Napoleonics as well, but at least these are 2 battalions I've painted up, and I haven't waited in between painting these. They've just been done, like in one big batch, so they've been on bottle caps, just doing them all. 1 battalion charging, 1 at the march, then at the back. So that's that. Nothing much to show on these War Game Standard. My painting's rusty as well. So yeah, the officer is actually not much to look at. Probably shouldn't have said that now, you'll all be looking at him, but tried to go for an interesting tone on the drum. He was like a, I want to say like an orange hue on the drum with like red trim. The flags are all Perry ones that you get on the pamphlets, so nothing special, but I would consider buying some proper flags in the future. That there's some nice, is it little Big Men Studios and GMB and things like that. They make some really nice flags. These ones are the Virginian, well, some of the Virginian regiments. That one is the, I think it said something like post 18, whatever it was, post 1862 with battle honours. The one in the back is the like a regular Virginian regiment. I couldn't tell you exactly which one, so I definitely need to do my homework on some of these. I think I've got the greys and things fine. I haven't really done much highlights on these, so again, they're just War Game Standard. Good to go. Hopefully now with my next battalion, which is going to be Napoleonics, we'll still start to get the painting with the detail that you lose really in painting. I think I remember the painting recipes and things like that, but I do miss out on a bit of the detail. All my brushes are pretty worn down and things, but I've got a battalion of just ordinary French Perry French line infantry for the Napoleonics. Got a company of Voltigeurs, and I've got Grenadiers on the other side. I'll switch those around really quick. Primed, ready to go. The command is looking okay. No flag bearer on this one, just a drummer and an officer. I've got some nice references for these, not just the Perry ones. I've got the book, Napoleon Soldiers, which is like original colour plates of the Otto manuscript, so maybe I can take some hints and tips for some of the officers from those. They're pretty extravagant uniforms, but of course some, there's an argument to be made that a lot of the uniforms they did wear were all campaign dress and things like that, so in battle you didn't see some of the more extravagant bits and pieces, and the really elaborate, I forget what they're called now, some of the Voltigeurs would wear the really elaborate pom-poms, but I forget what they're called now. Is it like cockades or something like that? No. Yeah, you can see I haven't been doing my hobby recently, really. But yeah, at least the Confederates are done. I've got some French Lancers to do, and then, well, I should really do some Union to fight against the Confederates. I was meaning to show you my battery of Confederate artillery, so at least I've got the artillery sorted for the Rebs already. I do have, I want to say, another battalion of Rebs I could do, so there is enough there. Like, I don't have to order that much in. I'm trying, you know, the challenge is always don't buy more things, but eBay is always a temptation. So yeah, that's it for now. I've got some more metals. There's always something to paint, isn't there? Always something to paint. And I'm going to take my painting back with me to, well, where I work after Easter then, or where I've moved to for work. So at least I can crack on in the summer months. I'm obviously going to get in the fresh air as well. I'm not going to be sort of hold away when we've got some of this nice weather. But yeah, I do want to get really back into it now and catch up on people's videos, because when you see people's what they've been painting and things, it inspires you to do more, I think, as we've already established. But yeah, I think part of it is not being able to go to the club. You know, the inspiration doesn't drop off, but you know, you're not working towards any imminent projects, so then you can, oh, I'll leave those, you know, until next month or something, and it just kind of builds up, doesn't it? But I've been keeping in touch with some of my wargaming buddies and seeing what they've been doing. It's a bit of a kick up the backside now. I was like, right, you do need to paint something. So at least that's 2 battalions done. We'll see what we can do now in the next week. Right, I think that's enough rambling for now. Catch up with you again soon, and yeah, happy hobby.